My name is Rand Campbell. This is Flat Out Elected. I want to talk about today, quickly if I can, about discernment and the ability to cipher through the deceptions in order to actually come to what is the truth. Because the way that this game is played, and make no mistake about it, it's a game. It's actually a 4D game of chess being played. And it's very intricate, and it's also very hard for a lot of people to figure out. Now, we figured out quite a bit of it. God has poured increased knowledge into this world, and there are those of us, many of you, that have received this increased knowledge. But I want you to consider something. You do realize that there is truth mixed with deception. You see, our enemy is not stupid. He was the highest Treblinum in heaven, God's greatest angel. Do you really think that Satan doesn't have the skills to manipulate and control the very world he's the God of? Don't underestimate your enemy. Ever, 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 ever underestimate your enemy. That would be the biggest mistake you could make in coming to this truth. We know who the God of this world is. And we know who the one and only true living God is, and that is Jesus Christ. But when it comes to these truths, be very, very wise, be very studied, be in discernment, be in spiritual discernment. Don't get caught up in thinking that every single thing is just black, when actually there is a duality going on, and they are mixing truth with deception. I want you guys to pay very close attention to this pedophilia ring, this Epstein situation. Look at it with a different lens. Look at it with a lens of discernment. We know that there is a pedophilia ring. We know that Epstein is involved. Is he the top player? Absolutely not. He's not. Is he going to be a fall guy? Very possible. Are they using this situation for another agenda? Most likely. But does that mean that there is no pedophilia ring, that this is all a psyop, that this is all a hoax? You would be removed from the truth to believe that. We know that there are many, 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 many involved in this Epstein situation. He's not the leader. He's a pawn. A very silly pawn. A spineless pawn. But I want you to consider something and understand this. Kevin Spacey was on his plane. Kevin Spacey and Epstein have a connection. Kevin Spacey, a while back, was charged with sexual acts against a young boy. A week after Epstein gets charged for the second time, Kevin Spacey's charges get dropped. Now, maybe you people aren't aware of how deals work in the judicial system. Maybe you don't understand what cooperating with the police means in the crime world. Because I came from a criminal background, I'm telling you, Kevin Spacey's charges didn't get dropped for lack of evidence. Just think about that for a second. Something is happening. And what I'm telling you is that when you are exposing the truth, not only does it wake people up, it creates a panic and a destruction in the agendas and in the activities of the deceivers. You think God would give us the truth, that we would be messengers of the truth, and that truth would come back void? Do you think the only result of you being a messenger of truth is that you would wake people up? Or do you think that in exposing the deceivers, that it would be possible that they would be destroyed, that their system would begin to crumble, that they would have a panic and a dissension among each other? Do you think that it's not causing them fear, anxiety, worry? Absolutely it is. They're panicking because they know that the truth is coming for them. They know that God has increased knowledge in these days, and they know that there are those of us on the internet and all over the world that are waking up and realizing what the actual truth is. And they're doing it through great discernment, and that discernment is coming at a spiritual level through God. Don't get caught up thinking that God doesn't have a hand in this. God knows exactly what he is doing. He is wise. He is extremely patient. And what is unfolding right now is the will of God. Don't ever think that these truths that we are speaking about are not causing the deceivers a great deal of worry. And when spineless people like these deceivers feel as though their lives are threatened, they turn on each other. I've seen it countless times in my life. These people will easily give up all the information they have on their best friends, their mothers, their colleagues, to save their own lives. Have eyes to see what's going on. This world is not what we think it is. But when you have the truth and you begin to see what's right in front of you, you have the ability to discern the truth from the deception. The fact that these people are involved in unimaginable criminal activity is true. We know this is true. The fact that God is increasing knowledge in these days and giving the warriors a voice of truth to expose these deceivers is true. We're witnessing it. If you think that these truths go out and come back void, then you don't understand the value of the truth we've been given. The deceivers are in a state of panic. They have life insurance against each other. They have videos. They have conversations that are recorded. They have evidences that they hide in their homes, in their little dark basements. They use against each other when the time comes that they need to. Think about Kevin Spacey having his charges dropped a week after Epstein gets indicted on all these offenses. Ask yourself why Kevin's charges were dropped. He was on the plane. He was on Epstein's plane. He was associated with Epstein. Use your discernment to understand that there is something happening. God is still in control, and we are witnessing something absolutely unimaginable in these days. The truth is going to win in the end. The truth does not come back void. Trust in Jesus Christ. He said he is the truth. Trust in him. Don't get so caught up in this truth that you remove God, that you remove the results of truth. We're witnessing some results. Sit back, think about it. Use your mind, the mind that God has renewed when he took you out of these deceptions and gave you your mind back. Don't be afraid to see the truth. Don't be afraid to discern what you're witnessing. Something's happening. My spirit tells me something very, very big is happening. And we, as messengers of the truth, are very much a part of the coming results that we're going to see. God didn't give us this truth for nothing. We're witnessing something. We're witnessing what truth does when it confronts the deceivers. If you enjoy these messages, I ask that you become a subscriber to this channel. Hit the like button, hit the bell for updates, become a Patreon, hit the link, click the PayPal link to help others. I'm going to be doing a lot of work over the next little while, so I'm probably going to be less available, but I'm going to try to budget my time that I am available. I ask that God bless you, and I ask that you pray for discernment, that you're able to see and witness both sides of what's going on, the dark and the light, because there is a war. And you better know the difference between what's good and what's bad, what's truth and what's deception. But you better understand that they are mixed together in these days. There is a mixing of both. And you have to really have a lens of discernment, spiritual discernment, to be able to see through it all. This truth is not going to come back void, and we're witnessing that in these days. I ask that God bless you guys and bless you abundantly. I love you guys. You guys take care of yourselves.
Is when you talking to the principalities and reminding the powers and telling them who you are and what's going to happen. That's when you get an attitude. We have access to God with boldness and confidence. We can go boldly to the throne of God. We can go confidently to him. But what does the devil do? He keeps bringing up your past. He keeps bringing up your failures. He keeps bringing up your shortcomings. I'm not going to God on the basis of my righteousness, not my righteousness. I'm going on the basis of his righteousness and who he